Six-lap race, Roger, with all of these bikes that are out there together. Early stages through 10th. You see the 170 there, Hunter Dunham.
Corey Alexander.
Hear the revs, and they're out. It is time to race the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta Mission Superhooligans.
Look at Jake Lewis right now. You can tell he's already got his head down.
Corey West has now gotten around Jake Lewis. Corey set it up perfectly. And Jake Lewis back in control. Can he make it stick as they come around this final sector of the racetrack?
Race day one here in Atlanta. The Saddleman boys swapping positions for pole position. We had Q2 this morning, and Jake Lewis was able to hold on to pole. So far my predictions are looking pretty good, but there's a lot of stuff going on. I talked to the Arch boys last night. They were working hard. They were working on that bike, getting that thing going for Corey. And Corey seems really confident if they can keep that bike going. You know, again, prototype motorcycle, it's a lot of work, not a lot of data. So very cool situation there. The KWR boys, those guys are riding good. James Rispoli, they're looking for a little more. The Saddleman guys just seem to have the situation on lock. I mean, they're 3 years into this. We've got so much development with that bike. They have so much time into that bike. Those boys are riding a lot. They're racing baggers. They got a lot of track time. They're kind of on it, and that's making all the difference right now. Racing's different, you know, changes a lot. Looking forward to some exciting racing today. Can't wait.
Good, we're on the front row, so I think it's the best starting position we've had on the Pan Am. I got the pace in sector 2 and 3, so we went out this morning and just focused on sector 1. We knew it'd be really tough to try to better the time when the track was still drying. They ended up doing it, but really right at the very end of the session. So KWR, I think we're 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Let's get a good launch and try to maybe separate. We want the group to be as small as we can up front.
I feel good. Yesterday, you know, it wasn't chaos, but you know, at the beginning of qualifying, I couldn't get a clean lap, and then I was like, all right, I'm going to drop back by myself, and just did it on my own. You know, in the hooligan class, the draft does matter, so I think it's going to be hard to break away, but I think honestly, Corey and I do have the pace to kind of break the pack, but it all comes down to the draft on the back straightaway. The draft's pretty big on the back straightaway, but through the first sector and all the S's, I feel good. 6 laps, so you know everyone's just going to give her hell for 6 laps.
Well, kind of the same picture as Friday Daytona, so not the best start to the morning. We didn't get any laps in again, but the boys are putting a new engine in, and we'll be out for qualifying 1. Hopefully back to Old Faithful. It's the same motor we had to put on Daytona, which has been treating us good so far, but we keep trying to put new ones in and keep having issues. So,
were you stoked on your Daytona finish?
Yeah, for sure. Finishing 7th Daytona was sick. I mean, honestly, I thought we could have done a little better, but we had such limited track time. 7th was super happy with that. But yeah, I have high hopes for this weekend. I think with a little bit longer, or shorter straightaway rather than Daytona, I think we'll be a little more competitive. I know our bike's really good in the quick turns and stuff like that. So stay tuned.
What's going on, Atlanta? We're about to watch Super Hooligan Race 1.
It is time to race the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta Mission Superhooligans. Our pole sitter, Jake Lewis, getting a great start, but look at his teammate there, Corey West.
Yeah, but Jake's couldn't be able to roll around the outside of his teammate, Corey West. Also, Cody Wyman, great start from him from the front row as they head up into turn 2.
Six-lap race, Roger, with all of these bikes that are out there together. Early stages, it's all about staying calm, or do you have to be aggressive from the go?
I think you got to be aggressive from the get-go, because look at Jake Lewis right now. You can tell he's already got his head down, and he's going to try to make this break where they don't have a big pack of riders drafting back and forth, and his teammate also is trying to go with him quicker than Corey West, so he's able to make a little bit more of a break that last lap.
Here comes the battle, 6th through 10th. You see the 170 there, Hunter Dunham.
Corey Alexander.
For Corey Alexander. The Arch motorcycle, Arch racing machine. They've had their own struggles over the course of this weekend. Red flag is now being shown from the start finish line. You can see that's a replay on the left-hand side. Hunter Dunham able to get through there with Corey Alexander having that issue and a red flag. As they go out, we are racing 5 laps for Mission Super Hooligan. It was another great start for our pole sitter, Jake Lewis, filing right alongside of him. There goes Corey West with the number 1 plate, but Jake able to get around the outside.
Yeah, Jake was just able to release the front brake and go around the outside. Now it's kind of what happened the very first start. We'll see if Corey can go with Jake early on. And Hayden Schultz is having an issue. You see him dropping through the pack there with his leg out. Not exactly sure what that was. It's James Spoley makes a move down into turn 6.
That was the number 49 you were talking about, Hayden Schultz. He fell back, not all the way back. It looked like he was back under power. Getting closer and closer. We'll see if he can hold on to it. This is the final lap of this race.
The draft that Jake's in.
You can see the size difference between the 2 riders. Jake Lewis, one of the tallest riders in the paddock, and he looks around him. Can he make it stick as they come around this final sector of the racetrack? Jake Lewis back in control. As we come under the bridge, they're going to go down the hill. Is Corey West close enough? Can he get it done? Jake Lewis pulling ahead just a little bit, coming to the line. The race win is going to go to Jake Lewis.
I mean, good. You know, that's what my plan was, to try to get out front and win from the front. But I knew it was going to be a dogfight with Corey. This is one of his best tracks, and he always goes good here. And he came by me with 2 to go, and if he would have saved it for the last lap, it would have worked. But when I saw his strategy work with 2 to go, I just did the same exact thing on the last lap. But he was so good on the brakes into 10 where I had been struggling a little bit, and I was in there so deep going into the last lap. But I was like, if I just get this thing stopped and hold it tight in the right-hander, I got this thing. And just pumped, you know, clawing back some points on Corey. I just know it's going to be a scrap for the title between him and I. And it's teammates, so it's tough, and we're friends, but on the track we want to beat each other's ass, and that's what we're going to try to do the rest of the year.
We got a trophy finally, you know. 2 fourths at Daytona was a bummer. You know, 4th never sucks, but to leave that place feeling like I could win was a bummer. So good to get some hardware. You know, the leaders were further out than I wanted, but we'll get back to the drawing board and see what we can do tomorrow.
It's positive momentum for you though, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that our same bikes had mechanicals, so big thanks to my dad and the whole KWR crew to give me a reliable bike. The Pan America's so good. I couldn't believe it, 29 showing up on our dash on a Super Hooligan. It's pretty gnarly what we're doing. We're just gonna keep going. We'll keep going quicker.
You don't seem stoked though. Is it because you know you can win? Is that like what? Are you stoked? Because it don't really seem like it.
When you see the time, you want to be able to do it consistently, and I just didn't really have that in me today. No excuses. If the bike could do it, I know I can. Today was a little bit more chill. It's not what I expected, so came kind of easier today. We'll see. It won't be the same tomorrow.
Not too bad. A little bummed we got second, but I think I made my move a lap too soon. I knew Jake would be the guy. It's just tough. You know, he's the X-Factory Superbike guy, so I feel good that I can hang with him and battle with him, but I still want that W, man. It's gonna have to do something. He's on a roll. I need to shut that shit down.
Well, race 2 tomorrow.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling good. The bike's working good. Salomon boys are working hard. We just gotta do our homework tonight and see if we can get a little bit more out of it tomorrow.
It's Sunday. This is the last day of racing here at Road Atlanta, and we're ready to go racing today. Man, we saw some good stuff yesterday.
No, race 1 was fun. Battled with some good guys. You know, still getting up to speed, still dropping time every session out there, but had a little bit of a fuel issue at the end, so that was a little bummer. But you know, taking the positives with it, I had fun out there and feeling like we can go a lot faster today and get grab a couple good points and try to battle with as fast a guys as we can get with. But the weather's good. Track's gonna be awesome, and I'm stoked.
Race 1 went pretty good. The restart definitely helped us out. Just kind of got in the group with Travis, and from there just kind of trying to get past in the whole race. Made a move on the last lap into 7, which kind of bought me some time down the back straight. He came back by me, and I managed to make the move into 10 and get 4th. We had a little luck with some guys falling out because of mechanicals. Try and close down the gap today and run a little faster.
Unfortunately, we made it out for the race. We qualified 16th. Only got like 1 lap in qualifying, and that was enough to get us in the show. But I think on the second lap it was had a little bit of an issue going down off the back straightaway into the chicane, and the bike pitched me off again. So we're not having the best luck at the moment on the arch. Let this thing heal up, and we'll be back. We'll be back in time for the ridge. We got a little bit of a break. So.
Do you know what made you fall? Was there wetness or?
No, we hard to explain, but basically something with the gearbox happened, and the bike went in and out of gear really abruptly, and it locked up the rear tire.
It was a great race yesterday. 24 racers making their way out there to the grid. And here goes the warm-up lap for Mission Superhooligans. This is going to be a 6-lap race. So sorry, we got off on the timing here, Roger. We didn't have the lights up there. This is the race start, race number 2 for Mission Superhooligans.
Yeah, you can see the battle already going in up here toward the first part of the track, turn 3. Looks like yesterday we got Jake Lewis leading again over his teammate Corey West.
Settling down, there's the number 34, that's Cody Wyman, was able to finish on the podium. James Rispoli, the number 43, right in front of him. He had a good run going yesterday as well.
Yeah, and James mentioned today he thought he had podium speed, so you can see him making his move on Cody Wyman early because he does not want to lose the draft. You can see Jake Lewis really good through that first sector on the opening lap, able to pull out almost a second lead.
This is exactly what the rest of the field didn't want. Jake Lewis has been so fast all weekend long, and being able here on the first lap to already open up this gap. The rest of the field, they're going to have to work together, form a little bit of a draft and close in. Oh, we have a rider that has gone down.
I think Corey West had a mistake there, and it slowed up James Rispoli, and Hayden Schultz had nowhere to go.
Caught right in the mix. Oh, and you see the number 1 bike as well. So Corey West is off to the side. We go back to the front. This is the way it is settled out here. The number 85 right now in the top 4. It's Harley Davidson. It's Harley, and then you got the Triumph, Jason Waters. Sitting more bikes. Hunter Dunham right there with them, as well as Dominic Doyle. This is a great battle between these 2 riders. Here comes Jake Lewis, able to take home the win here in race number 2. Mission Superhooligans, second place going to Cody Wyman. Able to advance 1 step up the podium, and Travis Wyman finding himself on the box as we watch this battle continue to unfold. It will be Jason Waters in 4th, Dominic Doyle.
That was nice. Was it?
I'm happy to finish with the podium. I got a lot of luck there with that big crash in the first lap, and James having an issue there on the last lap. But feels good to finish 3rd. Yeah, I mean, you got to finish these races. They're tough, even though they're short, and we got some good points going into the ridge. So happy to leave here with the podium after not feeling so comfortable all weekend.
I'm pumped, double on the weekend, double is all you can ask for. And the points lead, I'm right where I want to be. I'm not exactly sure what happened down in the 10, but I had the same exact strategy as yesterday, get the hose shot and go like hell the first split and the first lap. And I guess, I don't know if it was a mechanical or a pile up or what happened, but I didn't hear anyone. And so I looked back the second lap and had a huge gap. And it was honestly kind of a lonely race. The hooligan races so far this year came down to the last lap and sometimes even the last turn. So it was a boring race, but it's good to be out front and have a boring win.
Well, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel like you're on another level, or explain that?
I wouldn't say I feel like I'm on another level, but I'm definitely the best in the class right now. I mean, I'm riding unreal. I feel like I have a lot of confidence. I have the best bike and the best team behind me, so it's good to know that going into a race, I can put that pressure on them. Even going into this race, I was a little bit more nervous than race 1, but it's good pressure to have because I know they're trying to stop my momentum because I have all the momentum and the confidence right now.
Yeah, that gap was insane.
Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah. I hope I can win them all like that, but it is definitely more fun scrapping for it.
What's your strategy going into the ridge?
It was one of my favorite tracks, and last year I had a big win there, even with the Indian boys, and I had a good race there. We did have some rain last year there, and I ended up on my ass the first lap, so I think if it does rain out there, just be a little bit more calm and patient, but if it's dry, just keep hammering down and just stay focused, because when you're this confident and feel this good on the bike, stuff can happen. It's like racing, one day you can be at the bottom, the next day you're on top, so just keep the momentum rolling.
Shoot, man, warm-up lap, everything was working perfect, and then as I was sitting on the grid to start race 2, my bike went into a limp mode. I got not a terrible start, but we were kind of going and things were kind of working. I didn't have a quick shifter auto blipper, and then we leave turn 7 on the back straightaway and my shifter fell off. So I was stuck in 3rd gear. I was trying to make it work, but 3rd gear around here is just ain't gonna cut it. So we came in the pits, tried to fix it, kind of jerry-rigged something up, but got back out. But by then I was 2 laps down and the bike wasn't really safe to ride. So kind of a bummer. I was so excited to get out there. I was feeling so good today, really confident, and I wanted to be in that battle with the guys I was in the battle with yesterday. And but at least we're healthy, and now we got some time to regroup for the ridge, and that's my home track, man. I'm gonna show these fucking Harleys who's fucking boss, man. People forget about the other bikes out there, so it's time to someone shows them what's up.
Didn't last very long for me. Got a hole shot, blew turn 1, back into second, and then coming down the back straight, I got drafted by Cody and James, and then passed James back on the brakes down into 10A, and then when I went to pick up the throttle, the bike was dead. So I got hit from behind by James, and then Schultz hit James, and then he went sliding past me, and I was just clustered from there. So DNF, first time off the box since the Ridge of last year, so had a pretty good podium streak going, but you know, it happens. On to the next one. We'll climb out of this hole.